here tonight on Halton News. It's Monday, August 10th, and I'm Jessica Kading. There are 6 more active cases of COVID-19 that were reported over the weekend, bringing our new total number of current cases to 21, up from 15. When compared to Friday's numbers, one of those new cases is in Burlington, another new one in Oakville, 3 more cases are showing in Milton, and Halton Hills, which went several days without reporting any cases, now has 1 case to report as well. Despite this recent uptick, the numbers in Halton remain low compared to provincial numbers as a whole, and Oakville's MP Anita Anand, who is also our federal procurement minister, has been working diligently to secure vaccines for all Canadians.
Sure, Jessica, it's great to see you as always. Last week, the federal government was pleased to announce 2 deals for millions of vaccines for Canadians with Pfizer and Moderna. And as the Minister of Public Services and Procurement, it was my team that led on those deals. And so we are so happy to be able to announce the first 2 deals for Canadians for vaccines. And we are in the midst of negotiating additional deals with vaccine suppliers, and the announcements regarding those deals are to come.
And can you explain the need for different deals with different companies?
Most definitely. We cannot afford to put all our eggs in one basket. There is no vaccine at the current time. And so in order to diversify and hedge our risk regarding vaccines, we need to establish transactions and agreements with multiple companies so that we are well positioned when a vaccine is discovered to be able to administer those vaccines for Canadians.
And why was this important to start getting underway now?
Well, as you know, my department has been heavily involved in procuring PPE as well as supplies to administer vaccines, syringes and alcohol swabs and the like. We wanted to make sure that we had contracts in place for access to vaccines themselves when they become available. And the delivery dates that we are looking at for that vaccine, if all goes well, is in 2021. And so we are very much on top of the contracts for vaccines, and we are making sure that Canada is well placed in the rush for vaccines. We need to make sure Canadians have access.
While many were incredibly pleased to hear that Canada has made these provisions, some have voiced their concerns that these vaccine deals are with American companies rather than Canadian ones. I asked Minister Anand to respond to that criticism.
So it's a very good point. As you and I have continually discussed with regards to PPE, we need to make sure that we have domestic production in place for the protection of Canadians and also for the benefit of Canadian researchers and Canadian science. So while pursuing international contracts with these manufacturers, we are also discussing and in negotiations with domestic manufacturers in the vaccine area. And one thing to note is that we've already placed over $600 million into scientific research regarding vaccines. And Minister Baines announced last week another $56 million for clinical trials right here in Canada. And so it's a multi-pronged approach to make sure that Canada is ready for a vaccine when it is discovered.
Since the COVID-19 pandemic began, parking was often free in our region, but each municipality has announced that they will once again begin to charge for on-street parking. In Oakville, they have already reintroduced metered and pay-by-plate machines downtown, in Kerr Village and in Bronte Village. Burlington also reinstated regular paid parking last week on August 4th. In Milton, enforcement will begin on September 1st, and in Halton Hills, the town will continue to provide free parking in lots in Georgetown and Acton. The region of Halton is currently reviewing their official plan. They're exploring opportunities to strengthen the rural and agricultural system, which represents a significant source of employment in our region. They're asking for your input. If you're interested in helping to shape how and where Halton grows, there are 2 questionnaires available on halton.ca where you can have your say. And for those of you between the ages of 15 to 29 not enrolled in full-time school or training and currently unemployed, the Region of Halton has an opportunity for you. The next online Youth Job Connection program will begin in less than a month, and registration is still open. As long as you have a computer with an internet connection and camera, this program offers 60 hours of paid pre-employment training, career exploration, support with your resume and job search, as well as employment placement to gain experience, among other benefits. If you're interested in participating, please email yjc@halton.ca with your full name, home address, date of birth, and phone number, as well as your email address. A former Miltonian is cycling for ALS research. After his father died from the disease last month, Jeff Burnett is hoping that you will follow along on his journey this weekend. Melissa Candelaria has the story.
Watching my father lose his ability to do everything and still be completely cognizant and aware of his surroundings was incredibly jarring and just heart-wrenching. So, you know, the good in it is it's just it constantly challenges your effort and your heart to be a better person and fight. So it's been hard, for sure.
For Jeff Burnett, he is taking this fight on the road in a bike ride fundraiser to raise awareness about ALS, a disease that plagued his late father for the last 2 years.
I started to document the raw reality of ALS and how it affects people and the families and the loved ones and then the people that actually have the disease. And so I began this journey on social media, letting people into my life and my father's life to show just the rawness of this terrible, savage disease. It's been traumatically challenging. I have 2 young children who fought to see him because of COVID. He was removed from his house five or 6 months into his journey and put into a long-term care facility. So when COVID hit and the lockdown happened, we were really restricted to FaceTime and any kind of video chat, which, presented its own challenges. But, as a young father and a husband and a friend and a son, it continues to be challenging.
ALS kills you. And these people, like my father, until the last moment he had any kind of understanding, he died in fear. He's a strong man. His will is unbelievable. He smiled to the bitter end. He never showed anything other than love and care. He was scared.
This fundraiser is one way to help heal through the pain of losing his father, who died on Canada Day. Burnett will be embarking on a long-distance bike ride from Milton to Owen Sound this Saturday.
And the whole idea is to take the route that my father used to take us on as we spent many weekends in Owen Sound with family, on the back roads through different towns, as he made it fun for my brother and I as a kid. So I'm going to leave my childhood home in Milton, Ontario. Middleton Crescent is the street at 6 a.m. and go off on my merry way and make my way through different towns, which I'll post on Facebook and Instagram.
Burnett has a webpage set up through ALS Canada and is hoping to raise $500,000 for ALS research. Burnett says the bike ride is about more than just honoring his father.
My father lived his life glass half full. So, he left a quote with adversity, and this bike ride's about anybody has the ability to face adversity. It's whether or not they want to take the challenge on and get through it, whatever it may be. My father, he's my hero. I've made many mistakes in my life, but he supported every single one of them. So while he probably would be fearful of me getting injured, he'd do nothing but support and love the fact that I'm going to do it. So wherever he is watching, he's right there. He'll be with me the whole time, I'm sure.
The Elgin Street Promenade refers to the public space that connects Pearl Street to Martha in Burlington's downtown. That space within the parking lot beside Kelly's Bake Shop and across from the Queen's Head restaurant. The area is heading into its final phase of development, and you can vote between two final design concepts by taking a survey at getinvolvedburlington.ca. There are only 4 more days to have your say, so if you're interested in having your vote count, you need to take the survey by August 14th. Burlington's beautiful Lowville Park has reopened, but since it's so popular, you now need to register online before attending. This is in an effort to keep numbers down due to COVID-19 and prevent overflow in the parking lot as well. The reservations are free of charge and allow for up to 3 hours in the park. To book, visit parkvisit.ca/Burlington. The town of Oakville is looking to employ more crossing guards. They're offering $15.54 an hour with holidays and summers off. This is an essential and valuable community service as it helps to keep everyone's children safe. If you're interested, you can check out the qualifications listed and apply with your resume by visiting oakville.ca and looking up current job opportunities. Those of you anxious to get back to your regular physical activity or recreational activities in Milton are encouraged to create an online account on the town's new registration system. Whether you're new or not, even returning users will need to create a brand new account. And by doing so before August 13th, you will be entered into a chance to win 10 free skate and swim passes. To register, visit milton.ca and click on Arts and Recreation. Taking a look now at the Burlington Food Bank, they have another update for us today. Let's take a look.
We just wanted to take a couple of moments to thank Your TV Halton for partnering with us over these last number of months and allowing us to share with the community a lot of the things that are going on here at the food bank. Things like for us, we've seen this increase in seniors who've needed us, and we've been able to deliver to them, and we continue to do that. An increase in the people that are taking us up on our curbside pickup, where people are actually able to come here, make an appointment, come here, and their food's ready for them, and then we load it into their car for them. Or also the fact that we're starting to see a little bit of a change in the items that we need on a little bit more regular basis. So right now, we've actually changed our top 10 list. We've got cereal. We call it cold cereal. It's cereal that you would normally just put milk on or whatever it might be, not oatmeal, but just your normal everyday cereals. So if you're out and about and can pick up something like that for us, as well as canned pasta sauce has also jumped up, and canned tomatoes. These are all things that we're starting to see that we're going through quite quickly and could use the assistance of the community in doing that. And again, we just want to thank Your TV Halton for partnering with us and being able for us to share that message of what the things are that are going on here in the community with COVID and our ability to continue to assist those who need our assistance. So again, info@burlingtonfoodbank.ca if you're looking for help, or give us a call, 905-637-2273.
Thanks for being with us here on Halton News. We do need to take a short break, but we'll be right back with a local psychiatrist with advice on how to deal with the strong emotions this pandemic has brought out in many of us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Halton News. Talking about our emotions can be difficult for some of us, but Dr. Bhattacharya has some advice to offer that could help.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashik Bhattacharya speaking to you from the Empathy Clinic on a new topic of color pathy. So a lot of people have different emotions, but they don't know how to express those emotions. That's actually called alexithymia, which means that you can't put the words into the emotions that you have. So what I've done over the years is try and really simplify emotional content. So I break our emotions down into 4 emotions: sad, glad, mad, and frad, which is my way of saying afraid. So if you're not sure which of those emotions that you're having, then maybe if you can use the color. So I use green for glad, sad is blue, mad is red, and for frad, I use yellow. Now, it's important to be able to feel your own emotions, but it might be easier to use a color. Plus, if you're talking to somebody else and you've explained the color scheme story to them, they can use those colors as well to explain how they feel. Now, what's really fun is when you try to guess somebody else's emotional color. And when you begin to get closer to guessing properly, then the quality of that communication actually improves. Now, I know there's lots of other emotions besides those 4 emotions we've talked about, but that's okay. A starting place is a place to begin to build and grow and put those other emotions together so that you can understand yourself, but more importantly, understand your partner and other close relationships that you have. This is also applicable, of course, to the workplace. So during this time, especially of increased emotional times for all of us, it can really help to be able to express your emotions carefully and properly, but also understand and empathize with the emotions of the people you care about. Be safe, stay safe. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Environment Canada issued an extreme heat warning yesterday that continued into today. If you were outside, you certainly would have noticed just how hot it really is out there. This summer, this heat has posed additional concerns, as some locations that typically offer relief from the heat, such as libraries and community centers, have yet to reopen after the COVID-19 shutdowns. For this reason, it has been advised that you check in on those in your life who are most vulnerable to these conditions, including seniors, children, and those living on the streets, and those with health conditions. You should also know not to hesitate to call 911 if you or someone you care about experiences rapid breathing, headache, confusion, or lack of coordination, weakness, or fainting. Taking a look now into our 5-day forecast, you can see that these hot temperatures are here to stay with us for at least another few days. We are looking at a 70% chance of rain showers tomorrow, with the possibility of thunderstorms in the late afternoon. 28 degrees both Wednesday and Thursday, looking very similar. Not a cloud in the sky. Mix of sun and cloud Friday, and then we won't see that chance of rain return until Saturday. Again, that's a 70% chance with full cloud cover. While this summer may look a little different this year, Your TV wants you to share your summer. Head over to Your TV Halton on Facebook and comment with a picture of what you're doing this summer, and you could win a weekly prize pack or even a grand prize of $500 to support a local business. Remember to tag Share Your Summer. The Flamborough Chamber of Commerce is pleased to announce that the Flamborough Open annual golf tournament is back on, and they invite you to join them September 23rd. If you're a member of the Rotary or Chamber, your team can vie for the Chamber or Rotary Cup. The tournament will take place at Copetown Woods Golf Club with progressive tee times instead of a shotgun start, and that's in order to comply with those COVID-19 regulations. Prices have lowered this year. A single golfer can participate for $200, and a foursome is $700. If you're a corporate sponsor, the price is for 4 of you is $1,500. That will include logo recognition on GPS golf carts on a specific hole as well. To register or become a sponsor, you need to visit flamboroughchamber.ca. And now we'll look to how some of our top companies are performing in the markets today. For those of you looking for a new, fun summer activity that you may not have ever tried before, you're going to want to stay tuned. We'll be back with that story after this. Welcome back to Halton News, right here on Your TV. I'm Jessica Kading. If you're looking for something fun for the whole family to do before summer ends, Treetop Trekking has opened its half-dozen parks to the public once again, and there are strict COVID-19 related protocols to help keep everyone safe. While this story was shot in Huntsville, there is a location nearby us here in Hamilton's Binbrook area. Let's take a look.
We're really excited to be able to open up again. We opened up a couple of weeks ago, shortly after the area entered stage 3, and we've adapted our operations to be able to follow guidelines for COVID-19 and operate safely. Probably the biggest thing we're doing is that we're really reducing the number of guests in the park at one time. So that just leaves lots of room for people to space out and have lots of distance between them. Also, we have a whole new cleaning procedure for our customer equipment, like what you see behind me here. So that's getting a thorough wash after every use. So basically they're used once a day, washed thoroughly, they dry, and then they're ready for the next people to use. Aside from that, our staff have masks on and lots of hand sanitizer around. Check-in has moved to outside, so no guests are going into our office, and yeah, lots of the things you probably would see at other businesses. So our main activity is what we call our zip line and aerial game trek. So that's where you're wearing a climbing harness and a helmet, and then you're traveling from tree to tree, high up off the ground at times, on different bridges. There could be hammock nets, balance cables, and then we have zip lines mixed in as well. So yeah, our location that we're at today is here in Huntsville on Highway 60, just outside of Huntsville. We have 5 other locations in Ontario though. We have one down in Barrie, which is at Horseshoe Valley. We have a park in Brampton, one in Stouffville, just north of Markham, one at the Ganaraska Forest, which is just east of Peterborough, and then one in Hamilton. That's our new one that just opened last year.
And now let's take a look at some local events taking place right here in the Halton region. All artists, cultural workers, and nonprofit managers, Halton Hills is bringing the York Region Art Council's tried and tested entrepreneur program to your home with 9 weeks of interactive online instruction by the top experts in the field. Topics include business planning, marketing, market research, and so much more. Weekly sessions will run from September 15th to November 10th on Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. And an added bonus, the program is absolutely free. There is a $100 deposit which will be returned to you upon completion. Oakville Ready is hosting a contactless food drive in support of the Kerr Street mission. It takes place on August 13th, and they're asking for your support. The most needed items include canned items such as canned vegetables, fruit, mixed beans, meat, and fish. Items such as pasta sauce, flour, sugar, rice, and toiletry items are also in high demand. Please only bring brand new, unopened, non-perishable items that have not expired. For more information, please visit oakvilleready.ca. Arts Milton is once again hosting their Summer Days, Summer Nights series featuring local musical talent. In total, 12 curbside concerts will be put on in the town this month. The next one is scheduled for Thursday, August 13th between 7 and 8 p.m. The Waite Band will perform at 650 Childs Drive, Boozefield Crescent, and Cul-de-sac and McNaughton Court. For more information and all concert dates, please visit artsmilton.ca. Thanks for watching Halton News tonight. We will be back with another live edition tomorrow night at 5:30. Until then, you can find more content online at yourtv.tv. That's our website. Or you can find us on social media at yourtvhalton. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.